Hi besties, welcome back to the channel. On today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I made this stylish bustier dress. The one in the middle is the one I made and the one on the side is the inspiration. So it has a peplon, a gathered lower part and a gathered sleeve. So if you want to know how I achieved this, do not skip any part of this video and do not forget to like, share and subscribe. So for this tutorial, we're using a pattern paper and I've equally marked up my starting line, which is serving as my shoulder line. So from that shoulder line, I came down 9 inches for my chest line, 10 for my bust point. For the underbust is 14 and the waist is 17. This is for my client. And for her shoulder is 16 divided by 2, which is 8. So I made this for a client. So I decided to film the process so that you guys can see how I achieved that. So after that, I'll be adding a neck width of 3 inches and the depth is 3 inches for the front neckline. So this is an off shoulder top, an off shoulder dress, but I'm just drafting out a basic body so that I can carry everybody along. On the armhole side now, I'll come down 1 inch for the shoulder slope and I'll connect it to the neck width. So I'll measure what I have on the armhole and I have 8, half of that is 4. On that point I came in by half an inch. On the chest line, I'll divide her round bust by 4. I'll mark that. Now I'll connect the 3 lines, the 3 dots together to cover her armhole. So the next thing is to mark her nipple to nipple. Hers is 4.5. I added half an inch stitching allowance to that, making it 5. So I marked 5 on the chest line, on the bust point, on the underbust and on the waistline, and I connected. So after that, now I'll come up by 2 inches. Like I said, this is an off shoulder top, so I'm coming up by 2 inches. So from the chest line, I came up by 2 inches and I'll connect them together. So I'll mark the same nipple to nipple measurement, that is 5 inches on that line. So I'll connect them together this way. Now the next thing is to take my dart intake. So I'm taking a dart of 1 inch on both sides on the waistline. I'll come to the under bust. I'll mark 1 inch on both sides, making it 2 inches. So I took a dart of 2 inches and I'll connect them together. So this is what I have. Now on the bust point, I'll be coming down 1 inch below the bust point. I'll use my curve ruler to connect. I'll connect from the under bust to meet the 1 inch we came down below the bust point. And I'll do the same for the other side. So on our new chest line now, I'll be taking a dart of 1 inch, that is half an inch on both sides of the dart, and I'll connect it to the 1 inch we came below the bust point. So just watch carefully. If you have any question, ask me in the comment section. I will respond. Now this is what we have. So if I was to add a sweetheart neckline, so from this side now, I'll just take my sweetheart, but this is a straight one. I'm not adding a sweetheart, so I'll just cover the armhole. That's there, I'll connect it to the armhole this way, and that is all for this upper part. Now from this dart line, I'm going to measure what I have there. So I have 6.5. This is for my strap, so this will help me to get my strap. This is 6.5. I'm going to write it out. This is for the front piece, 6.5 inches for my strap. Now after that, I'll start taking my measurements. I'll take her round waist measurement divided by 4. I'll mark, then I'll add the 2 inches for the dart and extra 2 inches for the stitching allowance. Now I'll come to the chest line, so I'll just replace the 1 inch dart there, then I'll add my stitching allowance. So that is all, but then I will connect them and I'll still recheck. So after connecting your lines, please always recheck your measurement to be sure that is correct. So I'm going to do that here. So I'll come to the waistline, I'll recheck the measurement to be sure that I have her exact measurement. So it's shifted, so I just have to reconnect them. So this is it. I'll just reconnect this way. And that is all for this pattern drafting. Isn't that easy, guys? So the next thing we're going to do is just to cut out. So guys, if this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome to the family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. And if you are watching this video and you've not given me a thumbs up, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button. And if you have any question, you can always ask me at the comment section. So guys, watch the places I am cutting so you don't make mistake. So after cutting out, this is what I have. So I'll just keep this aside. Let's draft out our back. So for the back, I've marked out my lines and I've equally added my zipper allowance. So this is the starting line, and from there came down 9 inches for my chest line and 17 for my waist, just like the front. So now I'll be adding the shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches on the chest line and on the starting line, and I'll be connecting them together. After that, I'll add a neck width of 3 inches and 1 inch for the back neckline. Then I'll connect. So I'll come down 1 inch for my shoulder slope and I'll connect it to the neck width. Now on the chest line, I'll divide her round bust by 2. I'll divide her round bust by 4. I will mark, then cover out my armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the waist measurement. I'll divide her round the waist by 4. I'll mark and I'll add my stitching allowance. So I'm not adding that to the back, but if you want to add that, you're free to do that. I equally add my stitching allowance to the chest line and I'll connect. See, this is all we have. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be adjusting our zip. So from the waistline, I'll be coming out by ½ inch. So I'll just rule that out. From the waistline, I'll come out by ½ inch and I'll connect it back. So this will help your zip to sit properly, it won't budge. And this is what we have. Now on that waistline again, I'll be going up by 1 inch and I'll roll it back to the full length of the top. So this is just all to help your zip sit properly at the back. So that is all for this side. So now I'll measure what I have from the chest line, and I have 8.5 inches. This is for our strap. So remember, for the front we have 6.5, for the back it's 8.5. So we'll be joining the two together. So 6.5 plus 8.5. This is what we're going to be using for the strap. So now we are going to cut off. So for the back, we are cutting off from the chest line. Remember, this is an off shoulder, and I'll cut off what I have there. So if you have not subscribed or give me a thumbs up before we head back to this video, please do that. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So after cutting out, this is what I have. So this is the side back and this side is the center back. Where we have our zip is the center back. So I'll use this now, go cut out on our fabric. So here I have cut out and I added my pads. So I'm still going to do a tutorials on how to add a pad properly. So I added a soft stay. So next thing is I'll put them this way, right side facing each other this way. So I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch it down with ½ inch. I'll do the same for the other side. I'll stitch it with ½ inch. So whatever I do for the main piece, I will do the same for the lining. So I added soft stay to the lining. So I'll stitch that down and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So after stitching it out, this is what I have. Now this is for the lining. I have done the same for the lining. So I'm going to keep that aside so that we can work on our back piece. So for the back, I added soft stay as well. So what I will do is I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch the upper part with ½ inch and I'll stitch the sides with ½ inch. I'll do the same for the other side. I'll do that and bring it back to show you. After stitching my back, this is what we have. Do you see how neat the inside looks? So this is what we have. So I'm going to keep this aside. So for the sleeve, I've cut out a length of 1 yard. So I have 1 yard here. So this is for the sleeve and the width is 10 inches. So I'll put it into 2 this way. I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch it with ½ inch. So I'll stitch the bolt and bring it back. So after stitching and ironing it, this is what we have. So the center part, I iron it, is on the center. That seam part is on the center. Now from that seam part, now we'll be marking half an inch on both sides. So half an inch on both sides. Mark half an inch on both sides of the seam line. So after marking yours, the next thing we're going to do, you're going to take it to the machine and stitch them down. That is where we'll be passing our strap. So I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So I'm not stitching and I have my strap. So remember, for the strap, the front was 6.5 and the back was 8.5. So join them together, it will give you 15. I added 1 inch to that, making it 16. So the channel we just created now is where I'll be passing it. So as I was doing this part, I didn't know my video wasn't recording. So guys, just pass yours inside this way. So after passing mine, this is what the two looks like. So now to attach it, I'll be placing it on our dart line this way and I'll pin it down. I'll do the same for the other side, pin it on the dart line. Now I'll get the lining part. Now I'll take it to the machine. I'll close the sides and the upper parts with half an inch. So I'll do that and bring it back to show what I have. So after closing it, this is what it's looking like. And for the back, I've joined the zipper allowance. So the next thing is to go close both the front and the back piece. So I'll take it to the machine. I'll stitch it down with the 1 inch with the allowance we have left. So after stitching down, this is what we have. So now from the side of the bustier, I'll come in by 4.5 inches, which is her nipple to nipple measurement. I'll do the same for the other side. So this is where we are going to be placing it on the back piece. So I did it this way because if there's any adjustments when she tests it, I can easily adjust it. But if I put it inside and stitch, if it's loose, I have to lose everything. So I'll stitch that and bring it back. So after stitching it down, this is what everything is looking like. So I'll keep it aside. Let's draft out our peplum. So for the peplum, this is what I have. So this is the fabric I'm using. I folded it into two first. Now I'll fold it again into two, making it four because we are cutting a fillet. So this is 360-degree fillet. So now for her waist, I divided her waist, which is 32 divided by 6.28 will give you 5. Then I added the length of the peplon, which is 7 inches. It made everything 12 inches. So I'm just marking out 12 inches here. So place your tape at the tip of the fabric and mark out the length. So mine is 12 inches. That is what I'm marking out here. So divide the waist by 6.28, and if you want to have more gathers, you can add extra allowance to that. So after that, this is what we have. The next thing now is to mark out our waistline, which is 5 inches. Remember I said I divided her waist by 6.28, which gave me 5, and that is what I am marking out here. So this is what I have. So while cutting out, I added half an inch stitching allowance at the upper part. Then I'll cut out the lower part. So after that, I'm going to open it up. I'll be opening up one side. After opening it, I'll use this now to cut out my lining. So for the lower part, which is the gathers, so I have 3.5 yards here. So this is what we're completing the length of the dress. So I'll take it to the machine. I'll run a loose gather stitch on it. After running a loose gather stitch on it, then I'll gather it to her waist measurement, which is 32 inches. I'll do that and bring it back to show you. So after gathering it, this is what I have. So I've gathered it to 32. And for the peplon, sorry guys, I didn't even know this was on slow motion. I am so sorry. So I've turned the peplon with a lining. I lost a clip of when I did that. Please God forgive me. So I just cut the same thing as the lining, then turn it over. So now I'll place it on the skirt this way. So I'll place it and arrange it. After arranging it, I'm going to get the upper part, which is the bustier part. I'll place it right side facing each other. I'll take it to the machine, I'll stitch it down, and I'll bring it back to show you what I have. So guys, after stitching it down, I added my zip, and that is all for this tutorial. So if you want to add your lace trimming, just add it before you gather the skirt, and that is all for this tutorial. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.